Hello, everybody. It is Dee and Renee, and we are here with a really fun show today. So Dee has been ultra creative, and she has made us a bunch of popsicles and freezes. And I know there's been a lot of talk about what can I have, or like in my clinic, people don't want soup for lunch anymore. So this is a super good option for phase one. Hello, Miss D. How are you?
I am great. How are you, Miss Renee?
I'm good.
Good.
So it's warm up here in Northern California. Finally, we should have been warm like a month ago. And you were telling us that a storm is coming in. What's going on up your way?
Oh, we're going to get some thunder boomers this week, which is, normal for us. We go from smoking hot to thunder boomers to wind and rain and back to smoking hot. So that's
Okay.
where we're at today.
All right, all right. Well, this is the perfect show for all of you that are interested in something nice and icy and cool, and also, things that are fruity flavored in the summertime. We like those fruity flavors. So Dee has made up this amazing bunch of recipes. So if you are online and you are live, give us a hashtag live. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what your weather's like. Give us a little weather report. And also, if you are interested in these recipes, be sure that you type in the word newsletter. If you get our newsletter, you don't have to type newsletter, but if you don't get our newsletter, type in the word newsletter. It's a two-step process. You're going to have to say yes, and then you're going to have to click the newsletter button. All righty, Dee. This looks absolutely delicious, and I love your beautiful planter. So
Thank you.
let's talk about, you whipped all these together yesterday, and tell us how easy this was.
So this is super easy. And so in all these pictures, you're going to see simple popsicle molds that you do in the picture. Those are freezy sleeves with little zipper lock tops. And I ordered them off Amazon. You might be able to find them in your, local Walmart or, stores such as that. But really simple and easy to obtain. Cost effective as well. And, simple ice cube trays or molds, there's a bazillion silicone molds out there now. You can freeze anything. And lucky for us, IP has a lot of freebie yummy things that we can have, plus our regular fruity drinks and even our puddings and our drinks. Our chocolate and vanilla puddings and drinks make fabulous summertime treats. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what you see pictured, So what you see pictured in the jar is an entire variety, even more than the popsicles that we're going to show you. And so I'll throw a few out there. Vanilla and chocolate pudding pop. Mangosteen, mint, lime and mint, orangesicle. We have rhubarb, strawberry, banana. We've got the good old lemon. We've got, oh my gosh, what are the other ones? Oh, Jello and the branched chain amino acids. So if you can imagine it, you can whip it up, blend it up, ninja it up, and pour it in some molds. And I love using fresh lemon and lime pieces and a little bit of extra fresh lemon and lime juice and rhubarb in them. So it's a lot of fun. And on those really hot days when you are craving something, there's no reason why you can't have something or many things. So that's a few things that we're going to talk about today.
Yeah, I was able to find this one here on Amazon, which I thought was really, it's only like $8. So really, really pretty simple stuff. I'll put some links in the comments section, and that way we can, you guys can find them really easy. I want to say hi to Alana. She's from Coeur d'Alene. So if you're on here, tell us where you're from. Tell us what your weather's like. She said it's cloudy and raining there.
Oh,
And Deborah says, good evening to everybody. So, yeah, if you're on here,
Deborah.
we're going to be talking about popsicles today.
Hmm.
So, I love all these different colors and flavors, and you know, they're great to have already stored in the freezer, and you can just pop them out and have them, and probably going to have to make extras because your kids are going to want them.
Yep.
Deborah says she's from New Jersey and it's raining there also. Wow, we finally got rid of the rain and sent it away.
Coming to visit us.
Out here in California, I know. All right, so if you are on here live, give us a hashtag live. Tell us where you're from. Tell us what your weather's like. And if you want these recipes and you don't already get our newsletter, just type in the word newsletter and it will come your way through Facebook Messenger. Okay, Dee, tell us, this looks like watermelon-ish. It looks delicious.
Well, you certainly could use your watermelon hibiscus drink if you have any left kicking around, but this is actually the mangosteen with real fresh mint and lime pieces and a little bit of lime juice. And so this is a freebie popsicle, or a freezy or a slushy. So even for you maintenance folks, if you think about low carb, low sugar summer slushies, here is an option for you too, even on evenings when you might be adding a little non-phase one ingredients to those. So a totally great way to have some summer fun too. And so when we were kids growing up, my mom she would take empty ice cream pails and make slush. I don't know if anybody, parents or grandparents, whatever, would make slush. And basically, it is exactly what it sounds like, a lovely, fruity, boozy concoction. And then she would always make us kids an ice cream pail of non-boozy slush. So here you go, phase one, folks. Here is your low carb, low sugar, appropriate slushy idea. So anything that you see in a freezy mold or a popsicle mold are done in an ice cube, just like these guys. Think about popping in a glass, pouring some San Pellegrino over top or some club soda. So easy. Or even just, add a little bit of more plain water, blend them up, or just blend them up as is, and delicious, delicious. Mm-hmm.
Well, this looks
makes
delicious.
So much.
One of my clients, several of my clients actually are always like, I miss watermelon. So we actually were fortunate to get a couple of cases right at the end of that watermelon. So if you're watching this and you're up here in Los Gatos, you better come in and get your watermelon and make your popsicles. All right, let's say hello to Suzanne. Hey, Suzanne, over there from Texas. What's the weather like, Suzanne? Tell us what your weather's like. Now, these look amazing, Dee. This looks like some kind of like, when I ate ice cream, one of my favorite ice creams was like caramel, pecan, vanilla. That's what this looks like. If you were trying to go for that, you nailed it.
So this is a pudding pop. And so does anybody remember what a pudding pop was? Or did anybody as a kid ever have a pudding pop? Nope. She's like, nope. Those 80 babies might know what a pudding pop is. I think they came out when I was I was already a teenager, but pudding pops became a thing. You could buy frozen pudding on a stick, and that was the big deal. So what's really cool about this is actually just the vanilla pudding and chocolate pudding is what you see here. But you blend them individually with ice and a little bit of water. If you wanted to use your daily 1 ounce allotment of milk or unsweetened almond milk, you could throw that in there too. If you have real vanilla extract, not fake. You could add a tiny little bit of that too. And you simply blend them with ice separately, and then just spoon them alternately into your molds. Because you're blending them with ice, they're already frozen enough that they don't seep into each other, and it is like ice cream on a stick. And so that brings us to the second one in this season. So you can blend a vanilla or chocolate pudding with a little bit of ice, tiny bit of water, again, that milk allowance if you want. Blend them up in your freezer, and do it on a day when you're actually spending a little bit of time in your kitchen doing food prep. And about every 10 to 15 minutes, give it a quick little stir while it sets. And if you don't, or if you're not able to do that while it sets, you can simply just blend it once it's frozen, and you have a phase one ice cream. It's that simple. And you can do it with the vanilla and chocolate drink as well, not just the puddings, or again, interchangeably mix a drink with a pudding and whip them up like that, and they're delish. And what gives them the best texture is just the stirring frequently while they're chilling, or then just running them back through a blender or a Ninja if you just have one solid frozen block, and then that gives you a nice, smooth, creamy texture. And so I can attest, this one is really delicious. It's a really good faux. I would honestly tell you it's better than frozen yogurt, because you know that at one time was touted to be a really healthy version too, which we now know isn't the truth, but they can fool us with lots of things. So I totally encourage you to try this one. So super easy, super delish. Yeah.
That looks delicious. Let's say hello to Nancy, and she is live from the Pennsylvania rainforest. All right. Well, I guess there's a lot of rain out there. I'm praying it's not coming back here, because we had a long rainy winter.
Yeah.
If you guys are live and you are interested, if you don't get our newsletter already and you're interested in getting these recipes, just type the word newsletter and it will come through your Facebook Messenger. So you know what these look like to me? They look like fudgesicles, which, you know, for the longest time, we would always have those, you know, low calorie, 100, you know, calories. Now, of course, we were always eating just tons of chemicals, but you know, this looks delish. It looks like a fudgesicle to me.
Yeah. Oh, it's only 100 calories. I'll have 4.
Yeah. At least. Thanks, Dee.
That's where my brain goes.
Oh, dude, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah. So these might look like fudgesicles, which again, so like the last picture, if you just did the chocolate, it would totally be like a fudgesicle pop. This is actually the strawberry banana ready-made drink blended with rhubarb. Ooh. Frozen rhubarb. Mm-hmm. Wow. So this one has some great texture to it. And I actually had this for breakfast this morning once I had finished taking pictures. So all of those 4 popsicles that you see there is 1 cup of rhubarb and 1 strawberry banana ready-made drink. Makes 4.
That looks amazing. Yes. So you're just going to puree that. Did you add any water or anything to it?
No, because I use the frozen rhubarb, so that's kind of my ice and water all just in one. And because the strawberry banana ready-made has so much liquid in it, it just smooths together beautifully. If you have a super sweet tooth, you could add a little bit of sugar-free, you know, strawberry syrup or something like that to it if you wanted to. But if you like it a little bit tart, like I do, perfect just on its own. So this morning, I scraped those actually into a great big tumbler off the molds there, and topped it up with the new lemonade. I had a lemonade drink made. Oh my
gosh, that sounds amazing. So like strawberry banana rhubarb lemonade. Holy schmoly. You should have taken a picture of that.
No, but it was delicious. So I poured the lemonade over and I put my big straw in there and out the door I went, and that's what I had for breakfast. It was awesome. It was really good. So
Wow,
mhm, yeah.
you're being super creative. I love that. And you know what? We all need this just level of creativity, and all of our minds think differently. So say hello to Angeliki from Halifax. And
Hello.
Deborah says she loves rhubarb and will be making this one. I love the rhubarb too. And you know what? I've
Hmm.
gotten to the place I used to add like more sweeteners to it, but I don't really need those extra sugar-free sweeteners. And you know, the one thing I have learned is to get my sweet tooth back to where it belongs and
Yeah.
not, those fake sweeteners are 10,000 times sweeter than regular sugar. So really being
Yep.
being super super careful with those things and not getting ourselves addicted to fake stuff.
Yep.
So
Yep.
yum yum. All right, what do we got here? This looks delish.
That is your branch chain amino acids
Oh,
mixed with your jello, which you can have. So, branch chain amino acid, you can have every single day. It would be beautiful on its own. It would be beautiful with rhubarb, and it is beautiful mixed with our jello. That's what that is. Branch chain amino
so
acids,
what flavor jello is this?
the raspberry gelatin,
Oh,
our
the
IP
raspberry jello.
yeah,
Okay, so this
yeah,
is a total freebie then.
yep, total freebie. And I
Wow.
added just half of lemon juice, and then added just some pretty little lime lime pieces in there, and they just freeze so pretty. It's just for some texture and just for that kind of eye candy. Really delicious. And again, too, you could take these off the sticks and blend them into a slush and pour a little San Pellegrino over that, and whew, you've got
Oh,
a
yeah.
fun. Mm-hmm.
So
And
you can
so
you
in
can make these either as a popsicle or as a freezy drink, which
totally.
yeah, that's
Or
awesome.
just ice cubes. You know what? Blend it all up, pour them into ice cube trays. Anything works, even if you've got molds kicking around, same thing.
Yeah.
And the really cool thing, which I haven't been mentioning, is so you've seen all those freezies. So this recipe, for example, like I filled four freezy sleeves as well as made those four popsicles from one Jello, one BCCA, and the lemon juice. So the freebies go a long way. So say
Oh,
you were sitting and having an afternoon visit with the gals, or birthday parties, summertime barbecues, get-togethers, you name it, you can sit there and you can snack all afternoon while everybody else is snacking on a totally phase one appropriate, or turn them into slushy drinks, and then you're not going to feel left out is
yeah.
having there. So fruity fun. You can make them sweet, you can make them pucker power. You can customize them. I'm always a big fan of put pretty garnish on your glass, have some fun straws, umbrellas. This time of the year, dollar stores are great for that kind of stuff, honestly. Like, so especially if you have little munchkins in your house, make it a good excuse to go through and let them pick some fun stuff for some summer fun. And that's a beautiful thing too. You know what? Buy BPA free molds. The cheap ones work just fine. You do not need, fancy
Anything fancy.
dancy
Yeah.
equipment. And then that way, if you lose or break them or melt them in the
You're kind of going in and out, Dee. So
oh, okay.
yeah, maybe we can recheck on the internet. Okay, so I did pull up one of these molds also. So here's another one that you can get on Amazon, and I did put a link to the other one in the comment section, and that way you have some options there of picking up some molds or trying the little sleeves. So these are like $8, and you there's 6 popsicles in there, and they're BPA free. So yeah, love that.
I have those ones.
You have those ones?
Yeah.
They're $13. I mean, how can you beat that? So I couldn't pick a picture this week. I always pick my favorite picture for the end, but I just kind of let it fly this week. And so the ending picture that came up in the photo album is this beautiful yellow one. Tell us about this, Dee.
So, of course, as you probably have all heard by now, that, of course, we have our new lemon water enhancer. I knew I was going to like it, and it has hit the top of the list for myself personally. I like it way above tangerine and mangosteen. I knew it was going to, I knew it was going to be so versatile, and what a perfect, summer season, perfect release time for it. And so this is simply your lemon water enhancer blended with ice, some fresh lemon juice, and some lemon chunks. Now, this also would have been awesome with some fresh mint, or you could have put a little bit of lime in there too. Like, really, your options are really, truly endless when it comes to this. But on its own, it is delicious. I would encourage you all to make some freebie ice cubes, popsicles, freezies, and have them ready to go. And again, too, again, a little bit of club soda or your sand pound. Those are delicious, like so refreshing and bubbly, and thirst quenching on a hot day as well. But I love the pucker power of the lemonade, and I was really pleasantly surprised that it's not over sweet. I do dilute a little bit more,
I do
but
too.
yeah.
I put about a half of one in even in a big bottle of water.
Yeah.
And they're delicious. We need to be really careful during the summertime. So keeping our electrolytes up.
Yeah.
And Dee, you did an outstanding job this week. This is kind of like one of my favorite shows. When I got the pictures today, I was like, oh, this is awesome. So let's just talk for a minute about let's talk about salt and potassium and electrolytes and why we really need to take our supplements. I'm gonna let you take it from there.
Well, the salt in the water and electrolytes is probably our number one question that comes back from clients. And right in front of this, I'm going to put a disclaimer in. This is for regular clients who are not on special medications or protocol. This is for regular clients. If you text me and you tell me that your legs are cramping, that you feel weak or lethargic, that you may have a headache, any types of these signs or symptoms, the first thing I'm going to feed back to you is electrolytes. Electrolytes, salt, and water, and why you need them, especially when you're in phase 1, while you're in ketosis. We do lose our water extremely fast, faster than normal. And protocol is so low salt that you must take salt as a supplement. And so, you've been told for a long, long time that salt is no good for you. You have to stay away from it. But when you are truly only eating whole foods and there is not enough salt in the products in our protocol to give you that proper support. So it is extremely important. So headaches, fatigue, muscle cramping, all those types of things, it's electrolytes. And the beautiful thing is you're allowed salt and water, again, if you're on regular protocol and you don't have any medical issues. And then the tangerine, mangosteen, and lemonade all have 30 milligrams of potassium in them as well, so it can give you a little bit of support there. And especially when the weather's hot, you're going to your body is dehydrated before. If you are thirsty, you are long gone dehydrated. So we actually really never want you to be thirsty. We want you to be proactive enough to be replenishing at all times. And some of us, and some of you, your bodies just use it a lot faster. So then that brings us into our supplementation. Renee, what do you tell your clients when it comes to supplementation.
Supplements are not an option, and
Yeah.
if you are going to be on my program, you have to be diligent about your supplements. And
Yeah.
I always say, we're not here to sell you bottles of pills.
Yeah.
This is a medical weight loss program. It's over 30 years old. There is incredible science behind it. We have incredible researchers and doctors and scientists that make sure that this is 100% safe for the majority of the population, as you say, unless you have some medical conditions and your doctor is monitoring you. But the bottom line is you need that calcium and magnesium. Without that, you are going to be miserably constipated. Bone health is incredibly important. Your multivitamin, we are taking away grain, fruits, and dairy during this process of losing weight. You need a multivitamin that doesn't just come off the shelf from somewhere, that is actually engineered to slow release, to properly nutritionally support you during this process of weight loss. Omegas, do you want your hair to fall out? Do you want your skin to dry up? Hey, this is no fun. And, of course, your potassium, do you want to feel muscle cramping, lightheaded, dizzy? I just got a message not too long ago from a client that traveled to Texas, and she was like, I feel really dizzy. Is there something I'm doing wrong? And I was like, well, are you doing this, 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 this? I went down the list, and she goes, oh yeah, I'm not really eating. I'm like, what? What do you mean you're not really eating?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's important. The reason there's so much information out there, and does intermittent fasting work for some people? That's like a whole show unto itself. There's ways to intermittent fast. You can eat in an 8-hour window and have a 16-hour fast. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're not going to be doing a 20 and a 4. You're not going to be doing these intense IF programs, but it's totally doable to do an 8-16. And lots of information on that. So work with your coach and find a plan that works for you. Find a schedule that works for you. Find behavioral lifestyle changes that work for you, and just take one thing at a time. Don't attack the world. Don't get yourself sick because you quit coffee, soda, and everything else on the same week. Really take it slowly and ease into it, and it will be much more comfortable. And we're providing you with all these great things to have during the summer, and that we're going into barbecue season. Take your popsicles in your cooler with you.
Yeah.
Bring your own meat with you. Tell them, mine is plain. Throw it on the grill, please. Bring a big, huge salad that's not dressed, that has all the things that you can have, and, bring some olive oil on the side, and they can dress it any way they want to. Take care of yourself. And when we take care of ourselves, it's easy breezy.
Yep. And on your supplementation side too, if you're experiencing any negative side effects, it doesn't just happen in week 1. It can happen in week 3, 6, 12. When we start to pay less attention to all those things that we were really diligent about in the beginning, we have to make sure we're revisiting that and making sure we're covering all those spots. And so, I actually, on the electrolytes, they're important at all times of the year. So what we know now is there's no reason for you in the first week of this protocol to have keto flu. There you can combat it 100% if you stay on top of it for most people. But that does mean being super diligent about your water and your salt and your electrolytes. It is key. And so you want to feel as good as possible while doing this. So listen to your coach, listen to the good advice, because the better you feel, the more success, expedited your success will be as well. So.
Yeah, and when we feel good, we're much more apt to continue going down the road and continue making those changes, because we're seeing that, 1 to 2 pounds every single week. We're feeling that gratification, and slowly but surely it's like paying off a bill. You put it on auto pay, and then 6 months later you go, oh wow, look how much I paid. So it's that simple, is how it works. All right, you guys, thank you so much for showing up as always. And thank you, Dee, for your fabulous programming and amazing skill set. I am always in awe of what you do and love it. So I just wish I was closer so I could eat your muffins on, Wednesday muffin day or whatever day you bring them in.
Well, tomorrow is chocolate peppermint cake day in our clinic.
See what we're all missing out on, you guys? Chocolate peppermint cake. Wow. All right. Okay.
So, but yeah, and so you guys, so make us your favorite creation. Let's see some of your concoctions, some of your ideas, some of your beautiful imaginations coming alive for your taste buds. Don't be shy. Share with us.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Deb.
Share your goodies. Thanks. As always, you guys. Thanks for being there for us and always appreciating us. We love what we do. Okay. See you soon, and talk to you next week, Dee.
Okay, sounds great. Bye, everybody.
All right. Bye-bye.